We're continuing with the introduction to astrology, all right? And we're going to go deeper and deeper as we go along. I'm going to talk to you today about what's called your big three, okay? So this is just referring to your big three positions in astrology in your personal birth chart, all right? So the big three is your ascendant, sun, and moon, all right? Ascendant, sun, and moon. These are the three major positions that matter most in your astrological birth chart in terms of what was where when you were born, all right? Where was the sun, where was the moon, and where was that ascendant sign, all right? I explained how to find that in my last post, or what that looks like in my last post, okay? But now we're going to talk about what each of the big three, what are the bullet points of each of the positions, okay? So we're going to start with the ascendant. What's the ascendant about, really, all right? All right, so the ascendant is found by the time and location of your birth, all right? Mainly the city of your birth and the exact minute of your birth, all right? So this energy, okay, so let's say you had a constellation of stars that was rising in the eastern horizon of the earth at that time in that location, that signature is going to give you your top layer of energy, or what I like to call it, it's your skin layer of energy, all right? It's always there. I would never use the term just my ascendant. This is just my ascendant or just my rising sign. Ascendant, rising, you can use those words interchangeably. But your ascendant sign is not just your ascendant sign. It's not just your top layer, okay? It's your skin. So energetically. So if you're living with me for 30 years and you're the closest person to me, do you ever stop seeing my skin? No, you don't. It's always there. But just when you're getting closer to me, I'm getting closer to you, now it's past skin deep. Could I ever push out and just give you the top layer of my skin energy and that's it, even if I'm with you for 30 years and living together? Yeah. So it needs to be recognized and it needs to be respected for what it is, all right? Your skin is always with you. Your skin is always there. People are always interacting and seeing your skin, all right? That's the ascendant energy, all right? And similarly to your skin, it's a lot of times the first impression, okay? Especially when you begin interacting with somebody. It's your first step forward. What energy do you use, all right? It's a lot to do with what you look like, all right? You're gonna present your ascendant energy first. So a lot of times when people are guessing your sign, they're really guessing your ascendant sign, technically, because that's the energy that you're presenting first, all right? Now, a lot of this goes into the midheaven or 10th house cusp or whatever they call it, but we're not getting into that right now. We're just talking about the ascendant. And the ascendant you can see fairly early on, all right? The energy of the ascendant fairly early on. It's your skin. So when people are guessing each other's sign, they're guessing their ascendant sign. So the next time you go to guess someone's sign and you want to find out if you're accurate or not, you're really going to have to ask them if they know their time of birth. Because if you don't have their time of birth, you cannot know what their ascendant sign is. All right? You need your time and your city of birth to see what your ascendant sign is. And when you're guessing someone's sign, hey, you're a Cancer, you're really guessing their ascendant sign. You can see the sun sign also, for sure. You can guess someone's sun sign, but you're really guessing their ascendant sign, especially when you begin just talking to them a little bit and interacting with them a little bit, you're guessing their ascendant sign, all right? The other thing about the ascendant sign, it's a major component of your self-defense mechanism, okay? So that's another thing. When you feel like you're being attacked or you feel like you want to put up a wall or you feel like you need to go into the defense, the first thing that's going to come up is your skin to defend you, right? To protect you, all right? It's also a major part of your persona and your personality, okay? Mainly your persona, like the way you would like to be seen in your mind's eye, okay? Similar to like the Matrix, the way they really looked and then the way that they projected how they looked in the Matrix, right? It was similar, but it was like their souped up version of themselves, okay? So that's very much the ascendant energy. All right, the next thing, the sun sign. This we all know, This was your date of birth, okay? The day and the month, okay? That's how you know your sun sign. And the sun sign is the general way that you are. Really that simple, all right? The general way you go about doing things, all right? It's your actions, all right? A major part of your ego and your personality, all right? So the sun sign is kind of the major focal point of the birth chart, you know, just like everything revolves around the sun. Similarly for the birth chart, you know, most things just revolve around the sun sign, all right? So your sun is just the major player, the major component, and the general way that you are. And in the textbook, they say it's your soul. All right, the next one is your moon sign. So most people really like to know your moon sign who are into astrology. And the moon is your deeper and usually hidden self. Okay? It's your deeper and usually hidden self. The fire sign moons tend to show their moon sign a little bit more than the rest of the elements. But yeah, the moon is deeper, more intense, and usually hidden part of yourself. All right, we usually share our moon sign energy with the people that are closest to us, mainly the people who live with us. The people who live with us where you can't be on your guard 24/7. The people that are very close to you, that you live with, that you're intimate with also, they're gonna be dealing with your moon sign. That's why in romantic relationships, we need to look at the moon a lot, even more than the sun sign. Because in romantic relationships and living arrangements and sharing life together, you're gonna be dealing with each other's moon signs a lot. And it's a more important component of how you two are gonna be intimate together and live together. Okay, that's why the moon sign is so important. Some say it's like your truer self more than the sun, okay? The realer self, the real deal, more than the sun. Some people say that. It's your instincts, okay? Your instincts, your moon dictates what instincts you're getting a lot of times. And it's also your instinctual emotional reaction to things. So when someone says something or does something, and without thinking and without really processing, your immediate internal deep reaction to that thing is coming from your moon sign, okay? So if you have a particular moon sign, that's gonna be your first emotional reaction to things. And we need to know what flavor we're working with. If you're dealing with a Capricorn moon sign, then they're probably gonna hold their immediate reaction close to their chest. All right, they're not gonna wanna give it to you, even though, or express it, even though outwardly, even though there'll be some deep emotions and some deep anger if you're bringing up anger, you know? But if they get angry, Capricorn moon sign, for example, they're gonna be less likely to give you the gift of showing the anger. It's not that they're controlling it because they're such a great person. They're controlling it because they don't want to give you anything. And also they kind of want to detach from their own emotional thing, right? That's just an example. So your moon sign are all those things. And it's also your needs, all right? The sun sign are your wants and the moon sign is your needs. So a lot of times when there's a conflict between the sun and the moon, or the ascendant sun and moon, I personally, usually, when it gets too confusing, too overwhelming, then I'd usually recommend that people just satisfy their moon sign, okay? You don't want to do that at the expense of your sun and ascendant sign, but if you really have to boil it down, just try your best to satisfy your moon sign, all right? So that's my quick rundown of my introduction to the big three, ascendant, sun, and moon, and what they're about in a nutshell.